Drivers, start your engines!
Welcome everybody to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the first race of the round of 12 in the Oval Snowman Game Calls Cup Series playoffs. My name is Jake Little alongside Richard Rose as usual. Richard, how are you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. We got one heck of a night planned. We got some stuff to give away. We've got some racing to get to. But you know what? First, let's get this national anthem underway. What a beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as Jake Little said, we are at the round of 12. This is the last night race of the season and the first race of the round of 12. We have prizes to give away tonight, so stick around, share this broadcast, get inside this Facebook chat, tell us who you're cheering for. But let's go ahead and we're going to go over the points leading into this race. Jake, you got it up, right?
Yes. Going in as first seed is the 28 car of Calvin Allison. Andrew Bird is going to come in the second seed. Keep in mind, this is the first time Andrew Bird has not been in the first points position since what? Was it May, I believe? Right, Richard?
It's right around there. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Matt McLean starts on the third seed. John Hinchcliffe, fourth seed. Fifth seed, Josh Sturgill. Sixth seed, Sam Warren. Seventh seed, Aaron Taylor. Eighth seed, Andrew Jones. Chuck Phillips in the ninth seed. 10th, Kyle Frame. Stan Muterhelm. 11th, and rounding out the last spot in the round of 12 is Chris James. The four drivers that were eliminated following Dover last week: David Clark, Raymond Dormore, Brian Hartford, last year champion, and Jordan Beck. So those last four names I just listed off, they are out of the playoffs. They are out of the contention for the championship.
You know, that was a tough pill to swallow for David Clark.
For sure. He it was involved in 2-3 separate incidents. Just is not going his way. And Raymond Dormer, he gave it all he had. Came away with a top 5, and it's just not enough for him.
Yeah, Raymond Dormer was in that the win or go home position, and he almost won. He almost pulled Matt McLean last year, where Matt McLean had to win, and he won. So we almost had a repeat at Dover for that. But fell short.
And let's not forget John Hinchcliffe picking up his first career win last week at Dover, pretty much clinching his spot in the round of 12. Remember, him and David Clark were separated by 1 point going in to Dover. So
yeah.
And keep in mind, to advance in this series in the playoffs, you have to race at least 2 of the 3 playoff races. And if you get a win after, let's say you race 1 race, you get that win, you're not necessarily locked in. You have to play at least 1 lap in the next race, then you'll be advancing on to the next round. So just because, let's say Andrew Bird or Josh Sturgill gets the win here tonight, they're not necessarily locked in the next week or the next round.
Exactly. You have to finish that second race, or at least not finish, but start the second race.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'm loving this. If you look in that backstretch, that big TV, oh, it's so beautiful out there.
The driver's meeting is just finishing up, so if you're in a few seconds, they'll start grading. We'll go over the starting lineup for you folks and get this race underway for 200 miles, 134 laps, excuse me.
Yep, it is going to get crazy, folks. The tension has been there, tempers have been there, so it's gonna boil over, and
that is true.
We already got fans in the chat saying that I'm not a Hall of Famer, Casey Heschel. Don't talk like that. Jake Little's the future Hall of Famer, so.
Yeah, we all know that. And Richard, let's go and take a look at the starting lineup for the running of the Horse 200 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Andrew Bird once again picks up the Buzzpull Award here at Charlotte. John Hinchcliffe, last week's winner, will start second. Rolling off third is Jordan Beck, who was eliminated last round after picking up that win at Bristol not too long ago. Kyle Frame rolls off in the 4th position. Aaron Fowler rolls off 5th. Justin Levine 6th. Thomas Harmon 7th. Matt McLean rolls off 8th. Brian Cornelius 9th. And Ryan Hesgard, winner at New Hampshire, will roll off in the 10th position.
11th place, Andrew Jones. 12th, Casey Heschel. Zachary Hale bringing in P13. P14, the Z-Talk Radio, Danny Lowe. P15, Sam Warren. Aaron Taylor bringing in 16. P17, Brendan Skinner. P18, Andrew Howley. P19, Chris James. And 20th, Robert Dudley.
Darren Clark rolls off in the 21st position. Sam Niederholm 22nd. Nate Anderson rolls off 23rd. Chris Matthews 24th. Calvin Allison is going to be the last driver taking time in the 25th position. He's going to have some work to do. The 17 machine of Josh Sturgill, Chuck Phillips, Raymond Dormer, Kyle Atrito 26th through 29th, and they will be on provisionals. That's your starting lineup here for the Force 200. And we're going racing here the next time by, Richard.
Yeah, and my computer just decided to say screw you, and it doesn't want to work. I froze.
Good job.
So go ahead and take the start. Robert Dudley inside chat says, "Let's go, Dudley." So
I will.
Somebody in there cheering for him.
Do what you gotta do, Richard. As they're gonna enter turn 3 here, we're gonna go racing. Going slowly. On 65 miles an hour, we're going to see speeds of upwards over 200 miles an hour headed into these corners. Pace car drops down pit road, and Andrew Bird hits that box, and he is gone. Force 200 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, round of 12, race 1 underway.
Oh, so inside chat, it's Robert Dudley's wife. I was looking at that going, Robert Dudley's cheering on Robert Dudley. I'm trying to get my session back up, folks.
Going to turn 3 for the final time here today. Andrew Bird, he's going to get that bonus point here. He's going to lead the first lap. Jordan Beck in second, John Hinchcliffe third, Aaron Fowler fourth, and Kyle Frame runs out the top 5. Watching these speeds of Andrew Bird going to turn 3, he is going to hit the 2:07 mark just to get the feel of how fast these speeds that they're going, and he's about a half-second lead over Jordan Beck here in the second position.
Yeah, I know you took some practice laps. How's this track feeling?
I tell you this, it is fast, but it is tight. First few laps, it'll feel really good, but as it goes on, you have to get into that rhythm, get that line going, or else you will go straight up into the wall. So I can't tell you how many times I did that and spun out, and it's not pretty. And we do have a blinker here. It is the 55 of Stan Niederhelm, looks like.
Yeah, while I try to get these computer issues figured out, you guys on Facebook video, make sure you share this around because we are giving we're giving prizes away tonight. So if you can answer a trivia question, you can win something. So let's do it. Share it around. Get your friends in here.
You know, we did have an issue. I'm trying to go back and see who it was. I believe it was the 20 machine of Darren Clark. He had damage, but he was also blinking. So, and he said he's going to be done. His connection's just not strong enough to be in this field here tonight. But meanwhile, Andrew Bird leading here over Jordan Beck, John Hinchcliffe, Aaron Fowler, Kyle Fram. The top 5, sitting in 6 is Matt McLean, Thomas Harmon 7th, Justin Levine 8th, Casey Heschel 9th, and Ryan Heskar at the top 10.
This is what we like to see. We like to see spread out racing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of give and take right now. It's a long race, so.
Yeah, that is true. And you know, I can tell you this right now. I'm not, Andrew Bird. He's probably gonna want to put the round of 16 behind him. That's all I'm gonna say. He dominated. I think he dominated pretty much all 3 races, and all 3 races ended up in smoke and sparks.
Yeah. I said at the beginning of the playoffs that people were going to start to show up, and they proved it at the first round. So with this happening, with Charlotte, Talladega, Kansas, I mean, Talladega's it's a wild card.
You're never going to know. You never know what's going to happen, and it's just, you can come here, have a run, run second, be in good shape for the next race, Talladega get involved in the big one, and then be in a must-win situation. So it's when you're gonna want to win here. If you're gonna want to guarantee your spot in to the round of 8, you're gonna want to win here and start the race at Talladega. That's the only way you're gonna guarantee your way into in my personal opinion, the round of 8.
Talladega's always anybody's race or demise. Yes, that is true, Colin.
That is true.
But then you have the people that are outside that aren't even racing for a championship that can steal these.
Yeah,
Casey Heschel.
Guys, and Casey Heschel, Patrick Green. You have Patrick Green. You have, newcomers like Andrew Hawley and, I don't know. Have we seen Chris Matthews before? I'm not.
I don't. Yeah.
Justin Levine. It's pretty much what we've been saying. We have a caution on the racetrack.
What have you got?
Big wreck in the backstretch. Who's involved? 64. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved. John Hinchcliffe is involved.
And one
Sam
was
Warren's
flipping.
involved.
One. Now, question is how many? Let's see what happened here. trying to get back to. Oh, found the 68 car of Thomas Harmon. Yep. He tried going 3 wide on the outside of the 5 car of the 5 and 57, hits the wall, gets loose, and then clips the 5 in the right rear corner, and then...
You know, the thing is, right where that happened is where a lot of danger. I mean, it just... Coming out of that corner, you get that run, and you're going to try. And he tried to pass high. It did not work. You seen it.
You know, Casey Heschel's involved.
There's a lot of people involved. That Admiral Levine car is trashed.
The 86 car was involved. You know, you mentioned the 64 is involved.
Yeah. I tell you what, we're going to get this figured out, folks. We're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night. Make sure to stick around. We got presented by Simple Man Game Calls.
Drivers, start your engines!
Force 200 presented by Simple Man Game Calls. And what we were talking about before this caution and right before the caution was the prizes that we're giving away, folks. You just seen a commercial for the products that we're giving away tonight. So if you know any avid deer hunters or hunters in general, make sure you send them to simplemancalls.com. They can buy all their stuff there. They use the code OVAL, they get 10% off. Winner, chicken dinner. So stick around tonight. We're going to be giving away some of the Simple Man calls. It's going to be fun. A little trivia, and you can win something.
That is true, and we're going green this time. Andrew Bird joining back on the front row once again. And Andrew Bird's going to get to that restart box, and once again, he goes, and he doesn't get as big a lead as before. But he's going to head off down into turn 1. Aaron Fowler looking to the inside. Yeah, Aaron Fowler is going to look to the inside of the 04 car for second. And just a lot of cars behind them as they head off into turn 3.
And Colin's got it exactly right. Charlotte turn 2 that's the typical wreck there because.
Ooh, contact. Jordan Beck in the wall. He's spinning.
Oh, they're spinning.
Multiple cars
They're
involved.
spinning everywhere. Jordan Beck.
Do you think we should pit or stay out here?
Oh, it's collecting everybody.
Big wreck.
I don't think anybody's left. I think Andrew Bird was the only one to get through there.
And if I heard correctly, Aaron Fowler is taking full responsibility for this wreck. And it is, because I'm looking at this replay. I'm watching from the 88's point of view. He's on the bottom under the 04. He hits the 04, and 04 just goes right into the wall. And then just, collects everybody.
Yeah, it just spiraled out of control quick. There was nothing to even do there. I mean, bounce.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be an early night for some of these folks. 10+ cars done right there. Yeah, that's right, Colin.
Hey, if you guys think that, yeah, this was the big one, just wait until Talladega next week.
Oh, jeez.
Just wait. This is nothing, honestly. This is nothing.
Talladega's gonna be fun. I always love Talladega.
And, I was telling Richard this on the commercial break, man, that 04 car looks really strong. And
you know what we call that?
I have a real bad tendency of doing this, and I'm gonna apologize to Jordan Beck here at the end of this race, and he'll be like, "What? Just watch the broadcast." That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. So Matt McLean was involved, Kyle Frame was involved, Justin Levine was involved, 24 involved, and it looks like the 17 might have gotten through.
Did he say EOL to the 05, correct?
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
Yeah, the 05 first EOL of the night. And that's just crazy. Well, you got the 42 that missed it. He went through the grass.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it just happened so quick, it just sucked everybody in. And if you escaped it...
I'm just trying...
Right now, the person counting their blessings, though, is Andrew Bird.
Yeah,
he's happy he was up front, because the first round, he was in so much trouble.
Yeah, he's hoping that everyone that has the strong, runs... I think of this. We still got a long way to go. I believe they got how many? They got one fast repair. So this should be interesting to see.
Look, Christopher Scott Fowler said, "Looked like the 04 came down and the 5 pushed up." Yeah, it's rough when you're calling these races to place to blame and hope it's right. You got the replays. You watch the replays over, and he's gonna make his calls. I mean, he's the league director, so they're gonna stick. But he's in a tough position. I am glad I'm just commentating.
Oh yeah, and I'm trying to see. The lights are off on the pace car, but second on back, they're not really lining up. So okay. There they go. Say they weren't lining up. So set the field free here. After the big wreck, Andrew Bird out still up front. Chris James is up to the second position. Aaron Fowler third. Stan Meterhelm in fourth. Thomas Harmon in fifth. Danny Lowe sixth. Raymond Dormer seventh. Matt McLean eighth. Kyle Fram 9th, and Ryan Hesgard set in the 10th position. It looks like we're going to go green this time. Pace cars off. We are green.
Green flag.
Green flag is out as Andrew Bird goes back out to the first position. It's going to be one of those ones you're going to have to catch Andrew Bird. If you want it, you're going to have to take it tonight.
Yeah, we do have a blinker. It is that 55 car still, and he is being told if you cannot get your internet connection resolved, you will have to move off the racetrack, and he needs to stop right now.
He's moving.
You know, I know he didn't want to do that, but like you said, it's still a long race. So
yeah.
yeah, and you know, another thing you have to keep in mind, folks, is Aaron Taylor and Chuck Phillips. They're in the playoffs, and they are 2 laps down here. So they're hoping,
right
yeah, you know, they're hoping, you know, to get the best out of today. They're hoping to go to Talladega next week, get good finishes, possibly win next week, and you know, either go on to Kansas. And we have another caution out. Let's say 82 car. He looks like he just. Let's see here.
I did not see that one, so I can't even.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay. He is 82 does not have the best internet connection, and I think he was going to try to come down pit road, get off the track. Yeah, I'm watching the replay here.
Kind of forgot that wall doesn't cut off at that moment.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay, and he just got loose and slams the inside wall.
He's like, just get this night over with. I am done.
Yeah,
I tell you what, let's go ahead. Let's take another break. We'll get this all figured out. We're going to get the drivers calmed down, and we're going to get back to some racing. We will be back soon at the Force 200 Charlotte Motor Speedway presented by Simple Man Call Series. Let's go. Take a break.
Drivers, start your engines!
back here at the Force 200, presented by Simple Man Game Calls. I left out the word game last time. I do apologize for that. You guys, the giveaway is coming up, so you might want to get some people in here, or you might want to get your trivia hat on. It's coming up soon. But a lot of confusion on the track. Caution, should have been throwing, should have not been throwing type deal. Hey, it happened. We're going to get past it. We're getting ready to go green right now. What do you think, Jake?
You know, it's just a simple case of, you know, Tommy Reed saw smoke, didn't know what's going on. He hit that button. And then went back, watched replay. Brian Cornelius was on the apron. Caution should not have been thrown. So, I don't know. Like you said, whether it should have been thrown, should not have been thrown, helped some people, didn't help some people, but...
Well, it's a long race.
Anyway,
it's a long race, so we got stuff to give away.
Still got over 100 laps.
We got to get these laps done.
As, you know, we got Andrew Bird, Chris James on the front row. Danny Lowe's up to 4th.
Thomas car's down.
Green
flags out. And Andrew Bird just takes off to that front spot again. Those cars bunched up behind him.
You know, I was almost
Somebody did not get going.
I think the 42, I wonder if he might have spun his tires because, who's that? The 68 car got right by him as well as the 88 machine.
Yeah. Danny Lowe almost got connected in it. That's yeah, Christopher Scott Fowler says, "Oh, Tommy Reed throwing some NASCAR cautions now."
You know,
yes.
It kind of reminds me of back at Richmond when Matt Kenseth locked up his tires. And David Hoot, you know, the competition or whatever his title is, that makes the calls like the penalties and whatnot, saw that smoke through the caution and realized it was all nothing.
Yeah, and these guys back here, they're racing for fifth spot, and they're bunched up, and they're just every time they're, I don't know, it's some good racing. It is great racing to watch with Danny Lowe and these people back here. But you're just waiting for I'm cringing every time they get around each other.
You know, I'm not trying to, play favoritism or anything, but I am really, happy and really glad to see Danny Lowe run this well. He doesn't, those 2 weeks of doing...
Danny Lowe. Jake just talked about you.
Sorry, Danny Lowe. But,
Colin in chat says that 32 is on rails, though. That is true. He is flying around the track.
Last 2 weeks, I give props to Danny Lowe. He did an awesome job. Past 2 weeks, our competition director, Tommy Reed, was having connection issues. And the past 2-3 weeks, I've been having connection issues. And Danny Lowe, as an admin, ran the race and drove. So, and this week, Tommy Reed is back. Now, Danny Lowe can just focus on the driving aspect. As you already.
Josh Sturgill's looking all around Danny Lowe right now. And those two are teammates. So.
Don't look now, but we're gonna have a battle for the lead here pretty soon. Two different distinct, not really two different lines, but Danny Lowe is not Danny Lowe. God, not Danny Lowe. Matt McLean.
Matt McLean is fighting with Andrew Bird right now, and these two have history. So,
oh yeah,
it's gonna be something to watch, folks.
Hey,
Bruce McLean comes in saying, "Go number 88." He's riding on Matt McLean.
But anyway, what I was gonna say is, Matt McLean, he's riding higher. He's getting that run off the corner. Andrew Bird, he's riding the low line. Usually, people say low line is the best way around. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. As you see, they kind of switched it up a little bit here, but he is closing in here. He is gonna get a run on Andrew Bird here, not too long.
I think we're gonna have a lead change here soon.
And Matt McLean is faster, but I'm starting to think, is Andrew Bird kind of not running as hard? Do you think he might be saving tires a little bit, or do you think Matt McLean's just that faster?
And I think right now they're going to race it out. They're going to test each other. Oh, Robert Dudley's wife says he better get a move on. He is using that, and you know, I like how that is. It's adapted to. It's not the high line anymore.
Oh,
It's
you know,
the Larson line.
that Larson line, yes.
So.
You know, in practice, you know, the league owner let me take some laps around this track, and he, you know, I tried running the high line and I was or the Larson line rather, and I was smacking the wall left and right. So.
Debbie Frame's back in here saying, "Go number 57, Cal Frame." People are showing up now in this Facebook chat. I think they got word that we're getting ready to give us away a little prize.
Yes, which is coming up in a few laps here. So don't go anywhere.
I'm going to give you guys the way it's going to work. Jake Little is going to ask you a question. And all you have to do is be the first person to answer it correctly inside Facebook chat, and you will win the prize. If you don't get it the first time, we have it a second time, and then we have a third time. So stick around. There will be 3 chances this race to win the prize. And what we are giving away is a call from Simple Man Game Calls, and I think it's called The Force, if I remember correctly, what we got in our briefing from Simple Man Game Calls and everything. So we're going to be doing that here shortly.
And you know,
and Jake Little, you cannot answer because you know the answer.
Darn. But anyway, you know, I'm watching this battle here, and Matt McLean is starting to fall off. Now, do you think he might have used up all of, you know, his tires to get to Angel Bird? Or do you think he's, you know, what I said earlier, do you think he, you know, starting to notice that this run is starting to get longer, people are starting to get spread out? Do you think he's trying to save his tires a little bit?
He proved that he was faster.
Yeah. But he did have a few fresher tires.
Yeah,
too.
Exactly.
And tires, you know, if we go on a long run here, you're not going to want to take 2 tires or no tires. You're going to want 4 tires.
We're going to see we'll see how it all works out. I mean, it's still got 100 laps to go, just under 100 laps to go. So,
yeah.
Christopher Fowler says go 57 and 05 and 69.
Oh, he's not playing favoritism.
He's just going to throw the whole gambit in there. He's going to be like, just go everybody.
Meanwhile, let's go update on the field here. As I mentioned, Angel Bird is leading. Matt McLean running second. Thomas Harmon running third. Kyle Frame running fourth. Raymond Dormer running fifth. He's also having a good run here tonight after rolling off in the 28th position.
Yes.
Ryan Heskard running the 6th position. Chris Matthews having a good run as well, running the 7th position. Josh Sturgill, he was second quickest in practice, running in the 8th position. Aaron Fowler running the 9th position. Chris James running in the 10th position. Nate Anderson running in the 11th position. Casey Heschel, after being involved in that first big wreck here tonight, running in the 12th position. Zachary Hale running in the 13th position. John Hinchcliffe 14th. Robert Dudley running in the 15th position. Sam Warren 16th. Kellen Allison just hanging out in the 17th position. Sam Niederhelm, after connection issues, is running in 18th. Kyle Trito running in 19th. Brandon Skinner running in 20th. Or Jordan Beck running in 20th. Brandon Skinner 21st. Justin Levine 22nd. Andrew Jones, Aaron Taylor, both playoff drivers, 23rd and 24th. Chuck Phillips as well, 2 laps down in the 25th position. Andrew Hawley 3 laps down on 26th. Danny Lowe. You know, I just talked about Danny Lowe. Now he's 3 laps down.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. They're showing up. They're moving. They're showing up in the chats. We got go Sam Warren and Matt McLean from Sinead Bond. Daniel Holloway says, let's go Justin Levine and Zachary Hale. Team Excalibur. And Robert Dudley says, hey, I moved up 1. Go, go, go. Guess what? Go, go, go. We got our first trivia question coming up, folks. So get your fingers ready.
We got one through the grass.
Maybe not.
I just saw one through the grass here. Can't quite tell what number that is. Trying to get to it. That was a 69 car through the grass, and he saved it.
All right. What a beautiful save. It is so beautiful that we're going to give a Simple Man game call away. What is that question? Give it to him. First person to answer it correctly. I'm watching.
Getting ready to have a cautions out. Cautions out.
Caution's out.
Leave a caution out. Wreck off turn 4.
Hold up on that trivia, said. I want my caution.
I didn't. And it involved the 69 car once again. Actually, someone bounced off the wall. Can't quite make out that number. Wasn't. It involved the 20, both playoff drivers. It involved the 24 and the 42.
Jeez.
The 24 gets into the 42. 24 spins. 69 hits the 24. 08 hits the wall trying to avoid the... And John Hinchcliffe was involved as well. Kellen Allison gets through. No, folks, while we get this all sorted out and pit stops get underway, let's go and take a break, and we'll get back to you with the trivia.
Drivers, start your engines!
And we're back here at the Force 200 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Simple Man Game Calls. Speaking of Simple Man Game Calls, you just seen their commercial. You know you're gonna, what you're gonna win. Casey Hester, we love you too. Oh, we're a big fan of yours. Oh man, you gotta love when people get inside that chat. Ewell to the number 42, Chris James. All right, that was his first of the night. But let's get to it. Let's give away a call. All right, you got the trivia. Be the first one to answer, and you win. It's that easy.
All right. The first question of the night. Who, Richard, and for you folks out there, who was the very first winner at Charlotte Motor Speedway?
So we have, who was the very first winner at Charlotte Motor Speedway?
Are you using your Google brain there, Richard?
I'm typing it into the Facebook chat.
I thought you were using your Google brain.
I know the answer. Well, I think I do. Gotta pull it up too, don't I? Huh.
We're seeing answers.
Hold on, we're getting it. Incorrect, Justin Lyle Epperson. Oh, wait.
Justin
Lyle Epperson got it right.
He got it right.
He was wrong. Justin Lyle Epperson. Justin Epperson is the winner. Sorry, I was I got the two names messed up. So Justin Epperson, you did get it correct with Joe Johnson.
And the green flag is out.
We ain't worried about that dang green flag. We're giving away a game call. So Justin Epperson, make sure to get a hold of the oval thing. Send them a message. Tell them you won. I'm doing it right now. I'm letting them know that you were the first one. Boom. Stick around, folks. We got 2 more to give away.
Now we got a big jump up for second place here. Thomas Harmon, Kyle Frame, 72 Ryan Heskard, Aaron Fowler, Raymond Dormer up there battling, as well as Chris Matthews. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, they're letting that 32 car pull away.
Yeah, Andrew Bird's loving seeing this behind him.
You know, I've noticed Andrew Bird, he's running that low line. Meanwhile, everyone else, you know, they're running that high line. Yeah, that low line is, you know, it's quick, shortest way around, but you can get some blistering speeds up in that high line too. So, probably want to watch the 57 machine, and he closes down just a little bit. Raymond Dormer is going to jump in third. Thomas Harmon falls back to fourth, and Ryan Heskard is in the 5th position here.
What a great top 5, and I tell you what, they're all jumping up. They're racing. We're almost halfway through this race, so they're going. And Darren Clark comes into the chat and verifies that Justin Epperson does win the game call.
Congrats, Justin Epperson.
Oh, car going through the infield. Justin Beck, it looked like.
We stay green for the time being.
And we are staying green. All right, so we're gonna do this just for Luke. Hey, number 88, go fast, go faster. There we go. We told him. So there is some frustration building up. I'm getting messages saying that Hinchcliffe is very upset. And now you got Jordan Beck upset at what just happened. So, you know somebody that is not upset? Andrew Bird. And Robert Dudley is up to the 14th spot. Look back here in the P4 spot. Josh Sturgill and Ryan Heskard racing it out. There's some good racing happening back here.
Yes.
For these spots.
Lots of good, I had someone say, Charlotte, that's just a plain old 1.5 track, very easy to drive. I laughed in their face, like, no, it's not an easy track to drive. You try it. It takes skill, patience, determination, physical. You can't just hit the track whenever you like and say, oh, you're the best. No, it's a tough track.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are under tough physical demands. I mean, you got to have a comfortable computer chair. You have to have that fan blowing on you just right to get the aerodynamic feel. and you just hope that you get the grip on your steering wheel and it doesn't slip from the nacho grease. Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Oh wait, no, that's also me. Oops.
We're just people that like to get together on a Tuesday night and race. And we're not professionals, so. But these guys, they put on a great race every week, and we appreciate everybody coming out to watch. The ones that show support. I mean, Robert Dudley's wife lets him race, so it wouldn't be possible without his wife, because she could say, "No, you're gonna spend time with me," and she's here supporting.
You know, speaking of Robert Dudley's Facebook just posted, "I want some nachos."
See what that just started? Now we're gonna have nacho day.
I like
Josh
nachos.
Sturgill is looking underneath Ryan Heskar. It looks like he's gonna take that third spot. He's pushing up, folks, and that's somebody you have to watch. Josh Sturgill, if he can get up there, he is quick. I mean, right now is Andrew Bird's race to lose.
Yeah.
He's Andrew Bird is wanting to stay up in the first spot because he doesn't want to get caught up in any of the stupid accidents anymore. He went through that the first round. I mean, this guy's here to win a championship now. So.
But you know what car driver is starting to come to life now is that 28 car Calvin Allison. He's starting to work his way up. He's just outside the top 10. You know, started in the 25th position. Up to the 11th position, 6.2 seconds back.
Christopher Fowler, the question was, I'm going to read it just how it was posted. Who was the first winner at Charlotte Motor Speedway? Joe Lee Johnson, 1960.
Yeah, now we're starting to get to the point, you know. Yeah, we've been. I'm trying to figure. We've been green for 51. Yeah, we've been green for 17 laps. Still, you know, well, way out of.
Jake Little was getting his calculator out again, folks. That guy doesn't go anywhere without that thing. I heard him clicking away on it.
You know, I go to work with my calculator. My boss goes, "We need the calculator for calculations." But anyway, you know, we're 17, 18 laps into this run. You know, we're starting to get to the point. If this race can, you know, long shot by saying it.
I hate to cut you short, but Josh Sturgill's now looking underneath Kyle Frame for P2. So I just wanted to give the guys a little update. Josh Sturgill's moving to the front.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, folks. I can be boring at times, so I tend to like dread on and on and on and on and on.
We were going to get a 30-minute conversation about his calculator, folks.
I had to recently retire one of my calculators, so I'm just kidding.
Have you seen a stapler? Yeah. So, but Andrew Bird, I mean, he's pulled away like 3.5 seconds.
Well, you know,
this guy. I mean, I think he's. I can see some nacho crumbs coming out of the back of his car. I think he's eating some nachos inside his car.
You know, I think he's laying some grease dummies. I see some wet spots on the track. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you know, they're already starting to think, you know,
Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, true. You know, one thing I forgot to mention earlier before this race started was how well these drivers have to manage their tires. You know, the tire fall off here is just, and it's incredible. And you know, like I mentioned earlier, you're gonna want 4 tires every chance you can get them. Like,
Yep.
The beginning of this run, lap 53, Andrew Bird ran a 27.14. Now lap 70, he ran a 28.35. So well over a second drop off, already 20 laps into this run. And
yeah, we're seeing right now where that high line is coming in too.
And you know,
people are running that Larson line, and they're getting around pretty quick.
You know, he's starting to come up on slower traffic too. He's trying to get around Andrew Jones there in the 64. that's going to put Andrew Jones another lap down. He's going to have 2 laps down, and that's going to put Chuck Phillips down another lap as well.
Yeah, I've been sitting here watching this battle between Kyle Frame and Josh Sturgill because, they've been battling it out.
Yeah, that
one heck of a battle.
Battle's been going on for quite a few laps here, and Josh Sturgill's just like, no, I want that spot.
Yeah,
and
somebody's spinning. We're going to stay green. As Josh Sturgill takes the P2 spot away from Kyle Frame. But it looks like he got into the wall. Josh Sturgill completed the pass, and he caught the wall. So now he's back. He's back in the 5th spot, or 4th spot.
Yeah, he just got tied off the corner and just got the wall. So all that battling, just goes for nothing for Josh Sturgill right now.
And that is frustrating. It is.
And, I just, not too long ago, I just got word in my ear that the 72 had came down pit road.
Going to start the cycle? Do you think we're going to see some green flag pit stops?
It all depends. These tires mean so much here, and it's just gonna see, how much time he's gonna gain going before these other guys pit. So it'll be interesting to see how much time he gains versus how much time that these guys are gonna lose.
Yeah.
While staying out here. Now he can run the bottom. He can run the bottom without a problem here. But eventually, as we got Danny Lowe spinning on the back straightaway. Danny Lowe's around and into the inside wall. We stay green for the time being.
What did I say earlier? What did I called it. Rest in peace, Danny Lowe.
I'm going to have to...
You're doing a lot of apologizing to do that, but we're still staying green.
Yeah, folks, I'm going to apologize to Danny Lowe after this race. Yeah, it's just not a good day. Yeah.
Sturgill has gotten around Kyle Frame. He's up in a P3. Yeah, it looks like pit window is opening. But by my calculations, I'm saying lap 85 to 95 is when you'll see people starting to pit.
Oh, for sure. But, like I said, Ryan Hesgard comes in. He was running top 5, top 10. So maybe, he has nothing to lose. He's not going for a championship this season. He has that win back in New Hampshire. He has nothing to lose. So I applaud what he's doing, and he's just gonna see, what he can do. But he is currently 19th, 2 laps down. Hey, Rick, you want to mention, what's coming up here in the next 20 or so laps?
We're going to be giving another call away here in a little bit, so stick around, folks.
Next 20 laps, and you know what? Let's go and take a quick commercial break here, and we'll get back to you guys here with all the action from the Force 200 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Simple Game Calls Cup Series. Playoffs are on a 12 race 1.
Drivers, start your engines!
And we are back here at the Force 200, presented by Simple Man Game Cup Series. And we have some awesome racing. But you know what's even better, Jake Little?
My calculations?
Well, that's the second one. The very first one is these calls that Simple Man Game Calls makes. And I tell you what, they're so good. We're going to give another one away. All right? Be the first one to answer this one inside the Facebook chat, and you will win the call. That is all you got to do. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Who has the most wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway? Who has the most wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? While we're waiting for the answer, make sure to go over to SimpleManCalls.com for all their products and use the code OVAL for a 10% discount. Saving money. Who has the most wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway?
Oh, come on, folks. I think this is an easy question.
That's because he's seen the answer.
No, I think if I didn't know the answer, I probably would have guessed him first. Anyway, while they're thinking about this, and people are,
Incorrect, Robert Dudley.
Yep, that is incorrect.
Great answer, though.
Yeah, really great answer. But Andrew Berta is up with a 5.3 second lead. Thomas Harmon second. Oh, Thomas Harmon second.
14 cars on the lead lap right now.
Calvin Allison is up to third. Josh Sturgill up to fourth. Raymond Dromer fifth. Kyle Frame sixth. Chris Matthews seventh. And Casey Heschel eighth. And Bruce McLean.
Bruce McLean coming in with the answer.
That is correct. Jimmy Johnson. By the way, you spelled Jimmy wrong, but hey, we're not all perfect. Congrats to Bruce McLean. You get the second call of the night.
Jimmy Johnson, 7 wins. And just for winning that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at Matt McLean. He's running in the P9 spot as he is battling it out. He's catching up with Casey Heschel and Chris Matthews. He passed Casey Heschel. We just updated. So he's catching up with Kyle Fram and Chris Matthews in that beautiful, beautiful car. Stick around, Robert Dudley.
We have one
his
more.
wife. We got one more to give away.
We have another one here pretty soon, so.
But Matt McLean is sitting P8 right now, almost 10.5 seconds behind. He started in the 8th spot. So he's been there. He's been in the top 10. He's consistent. So, and yes, Colin, Andrew Bird's checked out. Andrew Bird's he's like, yeah, just catch me when you guys can.
We have a caution on the racetrack.
Who's involved? Oh! There was a big hit going through the tri-oval. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars.
Matt McLean's involved in it.
Matt McLean, was Matt McLean involved? Did he get damaged?
Looking at that right now. Right on
Looks
board.
like, no, I think Matt McLean got through.
Yeah, he got.
He barely squeezed through, I think.
Thomas Harmon's involved. Yeah, Thomas Harmon. He was running in second.
He was running P2.
He was running in second.
Guess who's not running second now?
See, oh, I found it. 55 of Sam Niederhelm. He was just all over the track. He went from the track to the apron, came back up, got on the wall, clipped Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones, I'm sorry, I don't know what the 55 was thinking. And I think, and Calvin Allison hits the 64. So we got 1, 2.
So, breaking news in the Oval.
You know what?
So
No. Just stop talking. No, don't even say it. I know what you're gonna say. So we got 1.
So there I was, running for
3, 4.
Then all hell breaks loose and my race goes to hell. Let me guess. Jake Little was talking about me. Danny, the number 79, has spoken. He did too. Oh, God.
Danny Lowe, I apologize. I
legit, Danny Lowe, I legit said, rest in peace, Danny, when he said your name. And then 10 laps later, boom. Let's see, let's get down in here.
I'm just
Connor
a
says
big...
Bird must have had no special tires. Match tires. Magic Man, number 42, Christopher Jones. Get him, buddy, from Brandon Lee Dalton. And then he also says, hold it down for No Lift Racing and Fort Knox Boys from your buddy, Brandon Dalton, number 85.
I just have a curse. I'm just going to put duct tape over my mouth, Richard, and you can have the whole broadcast. So,
yes, it did happen.
I'm going to start talking about a certain someone that's leading this race here pretty soon. So,
oh, don't I? I tell you, you even mentioned that name, and all we're going to hear is like a thump across the microphone. And then your parents coming in or somebody coming in and be like, what the heck happened? I thumped him in his damn nose.
Oh, sorry, Casey. I've talked about you a few times tonight. Casey Hedgel comes over the chat going, don't curse me. Yeah, I kind of already talked about you a few times, so beware. But anyway, after pit stops, Andrew Bird running in first, so that 5-6 second lead he had, it's gone. Josh Sturgill's up to second, Raymond Dormer running up in third, Matt McLean fourth, Chris James in fifth, Kyle Frame running in sixth, Casey Heschel running in seventh, Aaron Fowler 8th, Sam Moore in 9th, Zachary Hale running 10th, Robert Dudley sitting in the 11th position, Calvin Allison sitting in the 12th position, John Hinchcliffe running in 13th position, and Ryan Hesgard is one lap down in the 14th position.
Casey says, there goes my computer.
I'm just gonna stop talking. Yeah, I think I. Oh my God!
What the?
I'm gonna lay low tonight. I'm not gonna go on social media at all tonight. Oh my God, Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe comes up over the chat again and says, so now I sit here watching another race for the third week in a row. Thanks, Jake. You know what? I don't know. Wow. I really have a curse. Here, I'll make Danny Lowe some nachos and I'll give it to Richard so you can take the Dago with him.
Pace car is down.
Oh my god.
Gray flag's out. We're gonna see if Josh Sturgill has anything. Andrew Bird. Hey, Jake. Tell us about Andrew Bird's night.
You know, Andrew Bird, he dominant. Dominant.
Rest in peace, Andrew Bird.
You know, it'd be, you know, but you know, if someone's gonna have someone to say something about that, I'm not saying his name. He just moved up to the second position.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not saying his name. But you know,
number 70 of Raymond Dormer is sitting P2, folks. If you could hear our our headsets.
I'm sorry.
He said if you Danny Lowe wants you to talk about that Superman car. No. But yeah, so it looks like Andrew Bird he's already almost out to a second lead. Raymond Dormer P2, Josh Sturgill P3, P4 Matt McLean, coming in 5th Sam Warren. So that top 5, Matt McLean is trying to push his way to the front. He's already avoided trouble once, so it's something that he knows he needs to get up there to avoid it again. Because I can almost guarantee we'll have another caution. And if not, we're going to get ready to give away another game call.
Yes, about 5-10 more laps. We're going to give another one away here.
How about 20 laps?
Or we can do another 20 laps. Yeah, we can do it that way.
About 10 laps to go. We'll give the last call away. So, Justin Epperson was the first winner. And
Bruce McLean was the second winner.
Bruce McLean was the second winner. They are both receiving calls from simplemancalls.com. Make sure you guys go check out that website. Use the code OVAL. You get 10% off. And yes, Danny Lowe always have Quiplash, which is happening after this game, just to let you guys know.
But anyway, I don't want to say anything, Richard.
He's all.
But anyway, you know, I will
honestly,
say this.
I'm watching this, and this ain't taking anything away from Sturgill or McLean, but Andrew Bird, he's dominated this race.
It's
And
you
right
said
now,
it's
more of a race for second. You want the points. They both need the points, so. But the one you really have to watch is at number 5, John Hinchcliffe, and at number 28, Calvin Allison. They're coming.
They're coming. No.
They're moving fast, folks. So, do they have the time, though? Can they get this done?
My opinion, if you want my opinion, Richard, they're going to need one more caution.
There we go.
They're going to need another caution to get through.
Well, I know how we can get that done.
I can't win, folks. I can't win.
So we have, currently we have, what? Let's see. 29 laps to go? 28 laps to go?
Something like, 28 laps to go.
I was hoping you had your calculator out.
No, I threw it up the Walnut Road.
The official Oval Simple Man after party is tonight. Yeah. Don't look now, but that 88 is back up to P3. That is exactly right there, Colin. He is currently running 2.3 seconds behind.
But you know, Richard, I will say this. Andrew Bird is up to a 1.7 second lead.
I think I see his foot out the window again.
Yeah, you know, he has his arm out the window. He's driving with one hand. He has the radio turned up loud. You know,
he's eating nachos.
He's listening to some old Tom Petty. Rest in peace, Tom Petty. But
yes,
yeah,
and you know what? The beginning of this thing, I totally blanked out. But while I got the time, I do want to send my heartfelt thoughts and prayers out to everybody that was affected by the Las Vegas massacre. Everybody here at Yellow Flag TV, Simple Man Game Calls, and Oval Racing sends our prayers and condolences.
meanwhile, yeah, I mean,
Daniel Holloway says, "Let's go, Zachary Hale."
Robert Dudley said, "Are there going to be nachos at this party?"
There are always nachos at the party.
And all you no, better yet, all you can eat nacho buffet.
That's what I'm talking about. Speaking of all you can eat,
Oh boy.
Andrew Bird, he's just pulling away. I don't, you know, does he? Is there? He must know something that nobody else does, because I mean he's pulling to almost a 2.5 second lead.
Yeah, he just gained 0.3 on that lap over the 17.
I mean, I literally think I seen him drive down pit lane, take a left, stop at the hot dog stand. Number 62 had a pretty, oh yeah, he's into the pits. That's one way to get a pit stop, I guess.
He probably had one of those Cars pit stops from the first movie Cars where, I forget whatever the character's name is. He just did 4 tire change in like less than 5 seconds.
Yeah, he hit that wall hard. Colin says, "I told you those special tires in that NOS." we're gonna have to have his car checked, and maybe he might have a.
And, you know, I'm starting to.
And no. Kyle Fram is involved in a minor incident. Oh yes, he's going through the infield. He saved it. He got a good save, but he is going to lose a lot of time.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if Age Bird has old Harry Hyde on his pit box right now.
Yeah, it's.
No, he's out to a 3-second lead. Caution's out.
Caution is out, yes. Wreck on the backstretch.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I did not say it. I'm saying that right now. I did not say it.
He hit that wall hard, folks.
Then the 88.
I tell you what, we're going to get this all figured out. We're going to get Jake Little under protective custody, and we'll be back here at the Forest 200 Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Simple Man Game Call Series.
Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash. See if we can let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
Trying to fucking tell somebody back in August.
Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash. See if we can let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
Trying to fucking tell somebody back in August.
Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash. See if we can let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole. Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash. See if we can let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
Trying to fucking tell somebody back in August.
Johnny D's dad.
Welcome back to the Force 200 presented by Simple Man Game. Folks, if you have not noticed, it is October. In the month of October is Halloween. And in that time, you have the witches playing, and the devils playing, and the ghouls and the monsters coming out. Well, Witchy Jake Little has put a little concoction together, and it's called The Curse. So, if you guys have not been watching all night, we have been riding Jake. He's cursed a lot of people. It's all out of good fun. It just happened to be coincidental.
And it's just not tonight
He's got
either.
a great fan in the number 79, Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe just loves him. So,
I love you too, Danny. I love you, bro. No, but I'm just. It's happened ever since we started doing this. It started at Daytona when we started back in July. It started there, and it's just been carrying me ever since. I don't know what to do.
but I'm telling you what, we are gonna have 16 laps to go.
Yes, and you want to, I think it's that time, Richard.
We'll do it. We'll do it here soon. We'll do it here soon. Because I got to get it all ready. But go ahead and run over the lineup.
All right, the lineup, as it stands, we have 12 cars on the lead lap. I know, it's hard to believe. Only 12 cars are on the lead lap. Andrew Bird's leading this race, as he has all night. Dominant performance by Andrew Bird. Matt McLean running in the second position. Sam Warren's up to third. Calvin Allison's up to the fourth position. Raymond Dormer up to fifth. John Hinchcliffe running sixth. Aaron Fowler running in the seventh position. Robert Dudley eighth. Chris James ninth. Ryan Hesgard back on the lead lap in 10th. Kyle Frame running in the 11th position. Zachary Hale 12th. Justin Levine first car one lap down. And 13th. 14th we have Josh Sturgill. Sorry, Josh, for mentioning your name. Aaron Taylor running 15th, 4 laps down. Sam Helm 16th. Chuck Phillips. Casey Heschel running in the 18th position. Andrew Hawley running in the 19th position. Thomas Harmon running in the 20th position on pit road. And out of this race, we have Chris Matthews, Jordan Beck, Andrew Jones, Nate Anderson, Danny Lowe, Brandon Skinner, and Kyle Trito, Brian Cornelius, and Darren Clark runs out the 29-car field.
Ooh. So Luke comes in here and he says, this is good. He says, Matt, remember, you owe that 32 some payback. As that green flag's out, that 32 takes off. Oh, Matt McLean did not get a start at all. They just freight trained him. He is all over the place. You're going to have to catch Andrew Bird. You're going to have to get around him, folks. I mean, this is the time. Yes. Matt McLean has fallen back to 10th, P10. He didn't go. And that's even what management is telling me through my headset is there was no penalty for that. The 88 just didn't go. But you know what is going to go? This final game call that we're going to give away from SimpleManCalls.com. You guys, make sure to go check them out. SimpleManCalls.com. Use the code OVAL and you will save 10% off. That's some savings. Who doesn't love savings? As we're getting ready to call this last 10 laps of this race, we're going to figure this one out. We're coming up to the end of the race. So, the question is, and you answer this one first, and you will win the call. Who won the first race under the lights in 1992? Answer it right, you get a call. Let's go. EOLs are still in play, folks. No more suspensions, though. Luke Brewer, SEMA, coming in with the answer right away with Davey Allison. That is correct, sir. You win the final call, the Force. Go to SimpleManCalls.com. You will see what you won. Get a hold of Oval. All three of you that won tonight, get a hold of Oval. Send him a message. Tell him you won. I am letting the owner know right now. But congratulations. We didn't say who gave up a race at Dover. We said who won. Oh, I'm typing. I have two keyboards in front of me. I was typing on the wrong one.
Oh, good job.
Okay, who won that second one? That was Dalton, right?
No, that was Bruce McLean that won our
Bruce,
second one.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard.
Go.
We're going to have a battle for the lead here pretty soon, I believe. The lead is went down from 0.7 of a second down to half a second.
He is 0.2 faster that time.
And I'll let you say his name. That's running second.
Calvin Allison. We talked about him earlier. That him and John Hinchcliffe were coming, and they were moving quick. So he's up to P2 now. 0.2 quicker. This guy's the Iron Man. Don't they call him the Iron Man?
I think you're thinking of John Hinchcliffe.
That is correct. Sorry about that. He is now 4/100ths faster. So he's quick.
Yeah, he's getting there.
What do we do? Who do we get a hold of? Send this page a message. Send Oval a message. Let them know you won. I've already let the owner know. He will pass it on to the owners of Simple Man Game. And you guys can get all that stuff done.
He's coming.
We got a race for the lead right now, folks.
He's coming. I don't know. I think Agebird was saving. He had a big enough lead where he could have, saved a little bit, but now, I don't know.
Folks, we got like 6 laps to go. And we got a race on our hands. The dominating Andrew Bird.
He's in his draft.
The last name is pronounced Burusma. I'm not good with last names. I'm just gonna call you Luke. Look at that. Yeah, the number 88. I don't know what happened to him.
He's getting there.
He's falling all the way back to the P12. Last person on the lead lap. But we're watching this race for the lead.
We're gonna have 5 to go. Oh, Kevin Nelson's in.
And
well,
folks, I'm telling you, if that doesn't prove that these guys are pushing these cars to the edge, that right there, I mean, he wanted that win, and he was going to try to get it. And I think he just stepped on it.
They were coming to 4 to go here, and he's too far back. He can't do anything now. And a caution now would end it. So, unless Andrew Bird makes a mistake, Andrew Bird's going to have this win locked up here for his...
Yeah, now all he's going to have to do is complete one more lap in the next 2 races, and he's into the round of 8. So that is a good thing for him. We just have 11 other drivers that are going to be fighting for positions come next week at Talladega. And he's pulled out to a 2-second lead now. I mean, there's just... Now Calvin Allison is just in the save mode. Got a car wrecking on the backstretch. You guys, that was very close. Nobody else, I don't think anybody else seen that, but yeah, he almost took out the leader. He almost cost Andrew Bird the race. It was that close. as it looks like we're getting a white flag coming out. White flag goes down to Andrew Bird, as we're going to watch him go around this track, going to turn 1, turn 2, coming out in the back stretch, his feet out the window. He's like, you guys couldn't catch me tonight. As he enters there, 2 turns left. Coming out of turn 4, checker flags in the air. Andrew Bird wins the first race of the round of 12. Calvin Allison coming in second. Aaron Fowler, P3rd. Sam Warren, John Hinchcliffe, the number 5, finishing P5. That's a conspiracy for you, folks. Top 10 for the number 49. Dudley's wife is like, it's a good night. We got a top 10.
8th win of the season for Andrew Bird. Now, keep in mind, I said at the beginning of this broadcast, is he's just going to go through the infield and tear up the grass.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like what Carl Edwards did back when he won the All-Star race. Anyway.
Exactly.
Anyway, I mean, while he's doing his burnouts, we're going to go side by side, take our last commercial break, and we'll get back with the post-race interviews. The Force 200, Andrew Bird, your winner.
Drivers, start your engines!
Here at the Force 200, presented by Simple Man Game Call Series. What a race! What a race! And
What a finish!
With late race action, it just didn't pan out the way that we wanted it to. But we've already lost one person; he left. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to Aaron Fowler, the winner, or the third place, the podium finisher. Aaron Fowler, Richard Rose, Yellow Flag TV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey man, starting fifth, finishing P3. How do you think your night went?
I'd say it went decent. I mean, I didn't, I'm pretty good at Charlotte, so I expected to finish, within the top 6, top 7. So, but I mean, yeah, it went pretty good.
Yeah, it seemed like most of this night was trying to avoid the wrecks. Turn 2, turn 4 seemed to catch a lot of people. And what was your strategy coming into this race?
I was just gonna hang back and, you know, let the racing happen until, you know, last 50, 40 laps, and, you know, obviously we got that caution with, what, maybe 35 to go, and I was saving my tires on that last run, and then that last caution came out, so I was like, you know, now it's go time, and, you know, I was hoping I could, you know, save the tires enough to where I could get to the finish and, you know, not fall back a lot. So I went forward instead of, you know, going backwards. So, I don't know. I mean,
So we got Super Speedway Talladega coming up next week. You looking to go in there and steal that one? How do you feel about that track?
oh, I love it, man. Me and my teammate Kyle Friend, yeah, we're expecting good finishes. You know, I'm hoping I can stay attached to his bumper, you know, the entire time, or, you know, around him, and, you know, try to get him a good finish, because I know, you know, he's in the chase. So we're expecting to go out there and make a shot at it.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was going to bring up. I mean, didn't make the playoffs this year, but you're still racing and contending. Any sponsors you want to give a thanks to or shout out to?
Well, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to, you know, Simple Man and the Buzz for, you know, putting on, you know, sponsoring the league. And I'd like to give a shout out to my team, Lazy Days Racing, my personal sponsors, Nanotech, and there's one more, but I'm forgetting.
Well, I'll tell you what, we will see you next week at Talladega. P2 went to Calvin Allison, and he left the straight because he has to work early. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. He has to work. So, congratulations, Calvin Allison, P2. But no further ado, we're going to throw it down to the future Hall of Famer Jake Little down in the Andrew Paints victory lane with our winner, Andrew Bird. Take it over.
Hey, Andrew Bird, Jake Little on the All Flag TV booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I've got you.
Man, I was just getting ready to start your interview, and I see you went over to the restrooms there. I'm sorry, oh man, hope I can catch him. But dominant run here tonight. After your first round went, what was your mindset coming into this first race in the round of 12? Obviously, besides winning.
Well, I mean, it's I have a pretty good advantage going into here, and I just felt like as long as I didn't finish 20th or something every week, I'd be fine. I just needed to get top 10 or average a top 10, and well, obviously, and I did. And I didn't last round, wrecking so many times because of very unfortunate things, and it made me really want this race, having those 3 bad races last round.
How did the car feel tonight? You know, I noticed, you know, it was fast. Obviously, it looked to handle him pretty good. But as the run went on, you know, the long run near the end of this race, was it, you know, was it getting tighter? Was it getting looser on those older tires? Talk to us about how your car changed throughout that long green flag run for that final caution.
Yeah, it got tighter, much tighter through the run. It never, for me at least the way I drove it, it never got loose. But yeah, it got tight after, it got pretty tight after like 15, 20 laps. But just the way I drove it, I don't know, just my driving style seems to be good on tires, and every time once we got to around 15 laps into the run, I would start really pulling away from everybody, And then even when it got tight on that last really long run, I found a way to really get the car to turn when it, long deep into a run.
And also, yeah, those last few laps, you see the 28 car of Calvin Allison coming up behind you. What was going through your mind? Obviously, not trying to make mistakes. Obviously, he was quicker. What were you trying to do something differently? Notice you were running the low line. He was running the high line. Did you at all try to think to try to go to the high line, try to hold him off, block his run, or were you just committed to the bottom and wanted to run the bottom?
Yeah, the bottom was, I was very committed to it. I really, for me, it was just about how hard I would run the bottom throughout the whole race. I would adjust that at certain times, and I was running pretty hard, and then I got a little bit easier. I took it a little bit easier on the tires once Calvin got in the second, and then he started catching me just a little bit, and I started going hard again, and he still kept catching me. And so it was just about not making any mistakes and keep running what has worked for me all race, and hopefully he falls off like everyone else had. And then he got tight and hit the wall, and I was able to move on.
Yeah, that was a good finish, especially from our vantage point. I can't imagine how fun it was for you and everyone else to drive this race. Any sponsors or shout-outs you want to give thanks or talk about here tonight?
The Buzz, you guys, Yellow Flag TV, for doing the broadcast. You guys really do a great job. And Tommy, he's back, and he did a great job as usual. And all the competition too. It was a fun race, and it was pretty clean. It was clean around me whenever I raced anyone.
All right, that was an awesome one here tonight. See you next week at Talladega. All right, that was our winner of Andrew Bird, and we have a little post-race conversation going on between the 5 of John Hinchcliffe and the 72 of Ryan Hesgard, and I'm going to speak with them both. John Hinchcliffe, Jake Little, Yellow Flag 2, but they got a copy?
Got you. Go ahead.
I happened to look over at the chat bar, and I noticed you and the 72 car were, exchanging words. What was going on with that incident there between you two?
I'm really not sure. I've gone back and looked at the replay myself. Looked like we were racing hard, side by side. Thought I held my line. I don't know. I didn't realize I had gotten into him. I thought he got loose on his own. After the race, he started beating and banging on me, and I just let him know I wasn't going to take it. That's all.
Yeah, it was just happened to see that, and just from your vantage point, you got Andrew Bird's opinion on this. How did your car react to that long green flag run here at the end?
My car was crap all night. I got involved in a couple of incidents early that I just couldn't avoid, and I was just trying to survive tonight. I'm surprised I'm even in top 5, to be honest with you.
Well, it was, like you said, you caught up here in a few wrecks, and you got rebounded nicely to a 5th place finish. Do you have anyone you want to give a shout out to or give thanks to here tonight?
I just think Simple Man Games calls and everything you guys and everybody does for this league. I know it's been a tough year. All I can do is apologize to Ryan. I'm one of the cleanest drivers, I think. When I make a mistake, I'm the first to apologize. But I'm not sure about that one.
All right, man. Great run here tonight. See you next week at Talladega.
Thank you, sir. We'll see everybody then.
All right, I'm gonna get in touch with the 72 of Ryan Hesgard. Ryan Hesgard, Jake Little, Yellow Flag 2, but you got a copy?
Yeah, I got copy.
It just spoke to the, as you heard, the 5 John Hinchcliffe, his side of the incident. Just want to get your point of view on what happened.
We were racing hard there, the lap before, and he was catching me, which was all fine and dandy. In 68, it was down on power, I believe it was 128, lap 128. And I kind of had to get out of my racing line just to kind of go around him. Nothing against him or nothing. But when I did, the 5 ducked back underneath me, which was fine. And I gave him more than enough room on the bottom, entering the corner. Like I entered the high line like normal, and I gave him 2 lanes to work with, and he just doored me. I mean, I understand we were racing hard and all that stuff, but I don't race that way. I don't beat and bang to pass. So I just wanted to voice my displeasure after the race that I'm not going to be. I might be new here, but I'm not going to be pushed around. It was unfortunate that happened, but I felt like I gave him more than enough room there.
Right, and again, I've been asking everyone else this. Overall, how did your car feel here tonight?
For the first couple of, I kind of got behind the 8 ball after that second caution. I thought I made it through there, but I ended up, I don't even know who I hit. I couldn't see anything. I ended up getting in a wreck there, so I had damage. Had to use my fast repair super early. So I had to run pretty conservative there, the middle part of the race. And then we had that long green flag run there, after those first 2 cautions. And I actually didn't put enough fuel in after we had the caution that was after that long green flag run. So I had to pit early, and I got 2 laps down. So I had to race back, and I actually got 1 lap back under green, which was pretty. It was a good confidence booster for me. So I stuck to what I was doing there, and after that point, I was fairly aggressive, and I was making up time, I felt. Then I got myself in the position for a lucky dog, and then we had that late caution there, which actually helped me out a ton. And I drove all the way back up to 5th place, and unfortunately we just got together with the 5 car. Overall, I think we had a pretty good run once I got settled in a little bit, but that's how these things go, I guess.
Yeah, once again, congrats on the 7th place finish. Any sponsors or shout-outs you want to give here tonight?
Yeah, we always got to thank Yellow Flag TV, and we got to thank Simple Man Games calls. Got to thank the Buzz sponsoring the Pole Award, and just like the New Hampshire race, we always got to thank our teammates. Like I said before, we push each other, getting better. We're friendly, but we are competitive. So, Silent Syndicate race team has helped me out a ton here. I got to thank the guys on my Twitch viewing. They keep the races pretty entertaining, keep me calm. So, other than that, that's all I got.
All right, man. Good job here tonight, and see you next week at Talladega.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
All right, that was Ryan Hesgard, and
Oh my God. I may be new here, but I won't be pushed around.
I like that. I like that.
Grenade.
Now, do you think that?
We also have something else.
Do you think that's a warning to the other drivers?
God, yeah. He's putting a warning out there, and it's true. He won't be pushed around. But even better news, we have the points. The points are updated. We're gonna go over them right now, folks. And this would be if the playoff would end right now. So, but it's not. We got 2 more races. So, if it were to end right now, I'm gonna start at 12 and work my way up. And in 12th is Andrew Jones, minus 9 points. Chuck Phillips is minus 3 points. Sam Niederhelm is minus 2 points. Aaron Taylor is minus 1 point. Those four would be dropped off. Josh Sturgill is barely squeezed in right now with 1 point ahead. Matt McGlane is 3 points ahead. Chris James is sitting in 6th, 7 points ahead. John Hinchcliffe has 10 points. P4 in the playoff is Kyle Frame at 10 points. They're tied right now. Sam Warren with 12 points. Calvin Allison, 14 points. And Andrew Bird is moving on if he completes one more lap in the next 2 races. So, folks, some tight racing, some tight
for sure
numbers.
You know, you mentioned right there, Andrew Bird, he completes 1 lap. You know, he can complete 1 lap next week at Talladega. And then not, you know, he could just stop racing Talladega and not race Kansas and be locked in.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he can choose not to race next week. You know, he choose to decide, you know, let's take a week off. Then he can go to Kansas, complete 1 lap at Kansas, and automatically be, you know, advanced to the round of 8.
Yeah, and next week, next Tuesday, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, it's gonna be a barn burner. The Talladega is that wild. We're gonna see some tight racing. We're gonna see some fast racing, and we're gonna see some accidents. I mean, somebody's gonna make a move that's gonna ruin somebody else's. But at the end of the day, whoever finishes first at the end of the laps, we're gonna see who it is next week. So, anything else you want to say, Jake?
You know, you know what? Tonight's what I learned. I learned that I'm not gonna say drivers' names anymore. I'm gonna say their numbers. But anyway, post race, you know, comment. Good race. You know, we had some rough spots there with the 2 big wrecks there. Had a, you know, almost a, you know, yeah, it was a good finish, but kind of want to see what Calvin Allison would have done if you could get side by side with Andrew Bird. Oh no, I thought it was a good race.
Yeah, and we had other winners tonight. Luke Bursima, I probably butchered that too. I'm sorry, Luke, Bruce McLean, and who won the first one? It was Justin Epperson.
Yeah, Justin Epperson.
Those 3 won the calls. You guys make sure to check out Oval. Send them a message. Say you won. I have sent the messages in. And yeah, so we'll be back here next week, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time for some Talladega. I'm looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. We'll see you next week, folks.
Drive!